Thank you so much for joining us. This is a Paws and Learn Wellness Series event made by Animal Advocate Pet Hospital. We're going to be giving people a little bit more education as an independent practice, wanting to really focus on advocating for your furry friends and giving education. We'll join Dr. McLeish, one of our doctors, on a discussion about fecals, poop. We really want you to give a fecal. It's important, and here's why. Dr. McLeish?
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. McLeish at Animal Advocate Pet Hospital, and we wanted to give you guys this education. We want you to give a fecal. So this is a little bit of information about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what normal poop looks like, what causes abnormal poop, when to seek veterinary care, some common causes of abnormalities, how the veterinary team can help, what Giardia is, and some questions, okay? So what is normal? We all have different perceptions of what's normal in our household with our pets, but there isn't a true normal. So a normal stool is formed, but not hard. It's pliable, so when you pick it up with a poop bag or when you scoop it out of the litter box, it's still soft. It often has a segmented appearance, and it's important to note that sometimes the second poop of the day will be a bit softer than the first, and that can be normal too. Minimal straining and effort needs to happen with your pet in order to pass the stool out of the colon. So, important signs to look out for in case you need to reach out to your veterinarian when the normal is not normal anymore. Um, Things like blood or worms, liquid or soft stool can all be signs to reach out to your veterinary team. If your pet starts to go to the bathroom in inappropriate places or isn't able to hold it like normal, also, if this is going on for an extended period of time, or we're needing to go much more frequent than our usual, also if there's extra effort. So anything outside of the normal range would be a reason to seek veterinary care. There are several things that can cause abnormal poops. Some of the ones we see commonly are things like nutritional imbalances, sometimes toxicities or hypersensitivities. Other times we have issues like obstructions, especially with our puppies or our big chewers. We can also get infection that causes us to have diarrhea. We can have infestations, which means that there's actually a worm or a cyst that's living inside of our pet intestinal tract, and that can cause it. But so can just stress. So, stress colitis or changes in our daily routine if we're a really sensitive pup. Those can all cause abnormal stools as well. Things that our veterinary team can do to help when our pet is having these abnormals. We help provide comfort to the pet. So we do this through things like helping them get rehydrated. There's a lot of fluid loss when we have abnormal stools. Also, things like probiotics and other support for the GI tract. We can also help by trying to identify what the underlying cause is. Do we need to do a fecal test to check for intestinal parasites? Or a radiograph, which is an x ray to see what's inside of the GI tract and if there's something blocking it. We can also do things like blood work and other treatments to help our pets. The other important piece of this is prevention. And these are things that you guys can do at home too, that you can get from the veterinary team to help prevent causes of abnormal stool in the future. Looking at a deep dive of Giardia, because that's one of the intestinal parasites that we see a lot in most communities throughout the United States. Giardia is a type of parasite that's a bit tougher than some of our other intestinal parasites because it has flagella, which means it likes to get in nooks and crannies within the GI tract. And it spreads really well throughout the environment. So we're at a bit of a higher risk if we go to dog parks a lot, if we go to daycare or boarding, because it's hard for the area to get cleansed away from this type of intestinal parasite. Things that we can help our neighbors with to control this intestinal parasite is things like picking up our poop right away when we go outside. That way, there's no wash away with the rain where then it actually spreads versus cleaning it. And then also bathing our pets after they're recovered from diarrhea so that it's fully off of all of the fur and all of the parts of the body. What to do if you think your pet might have an infection? If we've got abnormal stool, we can test it at the veterinary clinic. There's different tests to check for Giardia infections, and then we treat it. And we treat it with specific medications and supportive care because it can really make the GI tract unhappy, and we want to help the pet get more comfortable and kick this infection in the butt. What questions can I answer regarding today's information? We want to be able to provide you guys with a link so that you can submit any questions you might have, and then you can keep an eye on our social media pages for our responses to those questions based on today's information. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Dr. McLeish, for that wonderful presentation, and thank everyone that's watched. We are here to educate the public and the community that love furry friends, as we are true advocates in this profession. My name is Dr. Clay Smith, Medical Director and Owner, and please email us any questions, comments, or concerns at info@advocatepetvet.com.